Mainstream Christianity is teaching you a doctrine that Christ hates. The doctrines that you are all being taught is the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, and it is mentioned here in Revelation chapter 2, where Christ said that he hates their deeds and their doctrine. So let's dig into who the Nicolaitans are and what was their doctrine. This is Theopedia.org. The doctrine of the Nicolaitans appears to have been a form of antinomianism. What is antinomianism? Antinomianism comes from the Greek meaning lawless. In Christian theology, it is a pejorative term for the teaching that Christians are under no obligation to obey the laws of ethics or morality, which is the laws of God. Some say the Mosaic law, quote unquote. Antinomianism, which makes the fatal mistake that man can freely partake in sin because the law of God is no longer binding. Nicolaitans' teachings that the deeds of the flesh had no effect upon the health of the soul and consequently no relation to salvation. Today, the doctrine is now largely taught that the gospel of Christ has made God's laws of no effect. But this is the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which is condemned in the book of Revelations. If you don't think this information is legit, the references are pulled from Irenaeus. Here's Irenaeus' work down there. Now you tell me if that's not legit. To sum it all up, churches are teaching Christians to break God's law, and this is the doctrine of the Nicolaitans. The church teaches that you can eat unclean animals such as the swine, which is the pig, and shellfish such as shrimp, crab, lobster, anything with no fins. They say you can eat that. They also say you can eat unclean birds like duck. Honestly, a lot of these churches are not teaching enough of what you cannot do according to the Bible. And that is why you are seeing black men who are Hebrew Israelites by ethnicity and nationality and Christian by faith teaching the Bible on the street corners, because they are teaching the way it's supposed to be taught. They are teaching to read the Bible for yourself. Christ told us to keep the laws, period. Read Matthew chapter 5, verse 17 through 19 when you get a chance. If you are Christian, Catholic, Lutheran, Jehovah's Witness, if you just fall under that umbrella of Christendom, you do not want to end up like Matthew chapter 7, verse 22 to 23. Just remember that men that are the head of the church like this, and this guy, him too, this man right here, and you can't leave him out. They are all telling their churchgoers not to follow God's law. And that is the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, and Christ hates it. The whole duty of man is to keep the commandments. These are the churches of Babylon. And like Revelations 18:4 said, come out of my people. Shalom.